Can hear you, W6BBS 72. They're going to look into some parts and some things and let me know tomorrow. Possibly I will work Saturday.
That's the original FT8. Called FT1.
Yeah, good evening, Dave. WA6LOL, K6MYC in the Bozo Net. Just about to start here. Waiting for Judy to come in. She went to put some hand lotion on. She'll be out here in a minute.
Oh, yeah, so she get her hands all loosened up so she can push that pencil around. Yeah, that works out great that she can keep track of the log people for you and everything there. K6MYC, good evening, WA6LOL.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, well, she's been pulling weeds and trimming around the yard. So she's been working with her hands and washing, of course. When you wash a lot, you dry out your hands. Anyway. We've been doing something different today, pulling weeds. We just moved when we did it.
Well, yeah, the other weeds were getting lonely.
Yes, they were. Well, they were getting gone is what they're doing, but they, the bastards keep coming back.
Yeah, I know. I've been out weed whacking and weed eating and stuff, and boy, I'll tell you what, I wear a mask, too, because I just can't have that stuff in my lungs. It just tears me up.
10 over 9 now in Visalia.
Yeah, good evening, Bill. AA6 Sugar, K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, AA6S. LOL is at 10 over 9 on that last transmission. Be sure and tell Judy to watch for those rattlesnakes like that time you got zapped by one.
Well, yes, I did. She knows about that.
Yeah, Roger, that's the only thing I wanted to say. Back to you there, Mikey.
Hello, Bill, N6B White.
Hi, Michael.
Howdy. Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox.
I feel like I'm up on the hill with Mike almost.
See how many call signs Mikey can memorize before Judy gets there. K6USY 1079.
KJ6TYO 1009.
Yeah, Bill. Yeah, I think this is the loudest I ever heard you. Yeah, we definitely have a tunnel there tonight.
15 over 9 that time.
Well, I'm warming up here. I'm warming up.
I keep hearing a 9BK. I don't know who that is.
A 9 Bravo Kilo?
Sounds like 9BK on CW.
It should be 249. That would be Richard, KD6BQ, 249.
Well, he's coming in here like gangbusters on CW.
Yeah, Sunday I was hearing Mike. I was hearing Rick down there in Lake Isabella pretty well.
Yeah, very good. I pointed down that way now, but he's been intermittent, not intermittent, but inconsistent when he's there. Last time he was there at the end of the net. Most of the time in the early days, he was always there at the beginning of the net. So I'm never sure when we're going to get Rick in here.
He's looking to get those better seats.
Yeah, I guess so. He doesn't have a computer. He's not a computer guy, so he does not watch the stream. He can't do that.
Oh, well, yeah, because I can kind of tell. I don't know whether if I have an opening now to Bill tonight, if I'll have an opening down there to Rick too. I don't know where it goes here, this opening.
Well, We haven't heard LA for a while. I thought maybe they took Monday off because of the holiday or Sunday night. Let's see. I heard you, Daryl, KG6 Charlie Echo Fox and N6BYH. I have both of you in. Good evening to you, Mike. Let me shoot it up to Daryl. Okay, and we get Frank in here as well. KG6 Charlie Echo Fox, K6MYC. How's it going on the top of the hill?
It's going pretty good. We were on generator power all day while PG&E is replacing telephone poles far and wide.
I wish they'd do that down here for me. I got noise that won't quit, and I think a lot of it's now power pole line noise.
I don't know what causes them to pick where they got to do it at, but we were off all day, which was no big deal, but still.
Well, at least they turned it on so you can heat up the microwave for dinner, huh?
Well, the generator will run the microwave, but we were without water all day. That's the downside, because I didn't have the well plugged into the generator.
Did they tell you they were going to do that to you? Normally, I keep about 10 gallons of water, milk cartons full of water.
Yeah, we knew that was going to happen, and I have 5 gallons of water in a jug out on the porch for flushing the toilets if need be. No, we were okay. We made it out just fine.
Okay. So they are putting new, taller poles in, right? They're about 5 to 10 feet higher than the old ones, right?
Yeah, and they're woodpecker proof too.
How do they do that?
Some kind of a wrap they're putting over them.
Really? Okay. And the wire is bigger too. Got more insulation, more fire retardant wire, which I'm not sure that makes any difference when they raise them up another 10 feet. But anyway, good. Wish they would do that here. I need my mile and a half down to Hidden Lakes redone badly. Anyway, we've got, let's see, Frank, take one. Judy's just walked in. She's catching up. Everybody's so far logged in that's here. W6BBS in the group, K6MYC.
Yeah, I just, a quick one. I forgot to bring water out with me, and I'm very dry, and so I can't talk much. But hi to Judy, hi to everybody else, and good evening, Mike, and I'm going to go get some water, but I'll be here for the net. W6BBS, no traffic.
Roger.
727.
I made some new rolls of weeds out on that, on our regular site out there where we're nurturing the little trees. I got huge rows. I raked around the tree, Frank, and you won't believe the amount of grass I got just from around the big tree over.
So I would, because as I'm picking up the brush and stuff, I'm sometimes grabbing into that grass, and what looks to be a half-inch thick, because we've got it laid down in there, you pull a half-inch layer up, and there's 2 inches under it starting to spring up. So I'm well aware. Okay, I know it's there. I'll get it burned. Over.
Yeah, okay. I'm also starting on the fence, and I've got about 30 feet north to south end of the fence. I want to get the fence raked out before we put the water line on.
Roger, roger.
Or at least at the same time. So that's what I did at the end of the day. I nurtured the little trees, and I put some mulch on the little puddles that we made around the trees to see if I could keep the dirt from drying out quite as quick. Boy, I went back today. I watered them heavily yesterday. Went back today. I couldn't even drive a pick into it. It just gets like a brick up there overnight. Anyway, the mulch may keep it a little bit softer. And they're looking pretty good. I found 2 new trees to do also. Anyway, let's see. I'm pointed south looking for KB6RQU or N6SWR, and I know now why Kerry, KC5DTU, has not been checking in. He made a quick trip back to San Antonio, or no, not San Antonio. What's the other town? West Texas. Oh, for heaven's sakes! Anyway, his wife's got relatives there, and then they stopped and saw some other folks. And
yeah, Mike AJ broke in earlier.
N6SWR.
Okay, good evening, Ben. Let's get you in here, N6SWR. and his number is 247. Missed you the last couple of days, but I figured you were busy doing other things. That's Ben. He's in Bakersfield. Ben, take a transmission, and then we'll get it over to a WA6AAJ.
Roger, roger. Yeah, just hanging out here, dealing with wife problems, health issues and such. Nothing spectacular, just preoccupied with other things in my mind.
I know how it is. In the meantime, believe it or not, Rick came in and kind of filled in for you. KB6RQU is back up there in Lake Isabella, so he filled in for the DMO5 area, Ben. So you're sort of off the hook, buddy.
Well, that's good to hear.
Okay. Let's see, we've also got WA6AAJ. And his number is 727, the aircraft. Boeing aircraft 727, and that's Mike. And over to you, Mike, WA6AAJ in the group, K6MYC.
K6MYC, WA6AAJ. Good evening, Mikey and Judy and the rest of the guys. And checking in for the numbers, over.
Gotcha, okay. I don't know if anything happened on 6 today. I didn't even turn the radio on this morning. We didn't wake up till 8:45, so overslept. It was so comfortable in bed, the right temperature and everything. We just sacked in. Anyway, so I didn't get on this morning to see what else was going on. Anyway, let's see. Again, I didn't even turn the radio on in the shack, in the home shack for 6 meters. We got busy outside, and that was the end of that. Anyway, let's see. This should be somebody else down south that we're missing here, WS6PYP or somebody. And good evening to you, Bill. You're sounding good. AA6 Sugar. We'll get it over your way in a second. QRZ, anybody else in the San Joaquin Valley or other places that are hearing me? K6MYC Bozo Net.
KJ6TYO 1009.
I got you already, Ron. I'm sorry. You checked in at the same time somebody else was checking in. He's on here already. So we got him, KJ6TYO, Ron. Good. We heard you.
Number 1000.
1009. If I didn't make the 9 real clear, 1009. And, yeah, Ron, that's it. She's getting you, Ron.
All right. Thank you, Judy.
Okay. How was your day? Did you truck today?
Oh, yeah. 2 trips to Turlock, so I got my 400 miles in.
Oh, boy. What are you hauling these days?
Chicken parts.
Chicken parts for Chick-fil-A or who?
Foster Farms Poultry, and then I haul all the guts, all the leftovers to the rendering plant.
Yeah, okay. Foster Farms, yep. They're up north of me here, aren't they? Foster, big Foster Farms plant north of Fresno somewhere. Where is it?
Livingston is their big one, and then they got 2 in Fresno.
Yeah, it's Livingston. That's the one I was thinking of. So they have leftovers, and what do? You take it to a place that makes cat food?
Well, they cook it all up, and they get the oil out of it, and then it turns into powder, meat meal, feather meat meal, and stuff like that, feather feed, or all kinds of different little things they make out of it. But yeah, it all goes back for feed, and if it's really bad, it just goes for fertilizer.
Okay. Interesting. I think you mentioned that you did that once before to me, but I'd forgotten what you were actually hauling. Outstanding. All right, let's see. Is there anyone else that we've missed so far? I'm still looking for KB6RQU and a few others. WB6COT did break in the other night with a brand new 2M7. Hopefully we'll hear, oh gosh, what's his name? He's going to have to check in more often. I forgot the name again. Anyway, K6MYC Bozo Net, QRZ. All quiet on the Western Front. I guess we should go over toward the Atascadero. What do you think, Bill?
Yeah, Roger, I'll head it over there, and Ben had a beautiful signal here in Visalia.
he did. Good signal, Ben. Yeah, really good, clean signal. I think you raised the antenna a little bit and got it up in the clear, and you're not having the problem that you had before where the path kept changing on you. But sounds good, Ben. Thank you.
Roger, Roger. Thank you very much. Have a great evening. N6SWR.
Yeah, down there in 6SWR, A6S, smoking in the Visalia.
And don't forget to kind of plan a little bit of time in the weekend coming up on the June VHF contest. I think it's the second weekend in June. And we sure need somebody in DMO5. I can't be sure that Rick's going to be there. So if you could at least put a couple of hours in on that weekend. It starts at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning, so any time from Saturday morning to Sunday evening at 8. And on that week, we do not have a net at the end. We do not have a 2-meter net at the end because the net starts at 7:30 and the contest goes until 8 o'clock, so we skip the net on the contest weekends, Ben, just to remind you. Anyway, so if you could get on there and give a few DMO5s out, it would be very much appreciated. Over.
Noon to about 3, I have a 50th wedding anniversary I have to go to for some friends.
Okay, are you going to be out of town the whole weekend, or can you put an hour in somewhere along the line between 11 o'clock Saturday morning and Sunday evening?
Yeah, I can put some time in. It's just at noon, from 11 to 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, I'll be preoccupied with the wedding here in town.
Okay, well then maybe in the evening, right around this time is always a good time. There should be activity, and usually on Saturday night I get on the other bands, on the more difficult bands, but 2 meters is also active at that time, and I start at 7:30 and I do 222, 432, and 1296 starting at 7:30 on Saturday. But you don't have those bands, and well, maybe you catch on 432, but the point is there's always activity on 2 meters at the same time, so there you go. Thanks, Ben. 6SWR, and over to you, Bill, and I'm swinging the antenna toward the Tascadero, okay, 6MYC.
Yeah, Roger, Mikey. AA6S back to K6MYC and calling W6QUI. W6QUI, W6QUI. You're round tonight, Ron, AA6S, over.
I am. Good evening, Bill and Mike. I'm copying just about everybody even before you swung your antennas. 2-meter pass much better than the other bands here. Anyway, good evening. Good running way over S9 as usual. So I'll be copying you three over there. Over.
Roger. Here, 10 over 9 here, Ron. 10 over 9 on this machine here, and I don't have an external preamp or anything on it, so you're pretty strong. W6QUI. Mikey's moving his antenna over, so let me turn it over to him and see if he's pointed in your direction. K6MYC, AA6S with W6QUI. Go ahead, Mikey.
Yeah, Roger, Bill, thank you. AA6S at W6QUI. Good evening, Ron. Good to hear you. You're not real strong tonight. You may not have the antenna quite on us, but you're readable. But you might mention whether Eric is in there or not, and also whether Bill, KB6WRW, is going to be there or not, or whether you've heard him or not. W6QUI at Tascadero, K6MYC.
Good, Mike. Good evening. Well, you were much stronger before you rotated your antenna. When you were, I guess, pointed south. You dropped way down when you swung it over this way. Well, I talked to Eric yesterday. He said he was going to be on, but usually he calls me ahead of time, so I can't say if he's there or not. I haven't heard from Bill either, so let's stand by and see if either one of them are there. You round at Eric or Bill?
This is Kilo November 6, Echo India Victor, Bozo number 1044.
Okay, very good, Eric. You're a little bit off frequency, but we got you. KN6EIV up on the hill there in the Mobile. KN6 Echo India Victor, number 1044, K6MYC. Sounding good. I'm giving you a little chatter so you can tune down on my frequency audio-wise. Over.
Sure, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I believe I got you right now. How do I sound?
Yeah, you're doing fine now, and you're much stronger than Ron. I don't know where Ron's pointed, but you're way down tonight, Ron. Did you forget to turn the amp on or something?
Oh, the amp's on. Like I said, you were stronger when you were pointed south, which is kind of weird. Over.
Yeah, who knows? Anyway, Eric's doing a good job here. Anybody else? How about you, Rob? KM6SRR, are you on frequency?
226 is here.
Okay, we got WA60IB 226. That's Ken, of course. Go ahead, Ken. Say hello to the boys in the Tascadero there. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening to Ron and Eric there. Eric's got a beautiful signal here. He's over S9 here, up on the hill there. WA60IB is here, and good evening all.
Hey, Ken. I haven't talked to you for a while. It's nice to hear your voice. Yeah, I don't understand the difference. I mean, Ron and I are maybe an eighth of a mile apart, so I don't know what's going on there.
Well, I don't know either, but you're sure strong. How are you tonight, Ron?
Just fine, Ken. Yeah, you're blasting in as usual. Yeah, I did turn the beam a little bit, and Mike came up a little bit, but I guess the heading I had it on before was best for you when you're pointed south, Mike, but now I got this is probably more of a direct heading in your direction, so hopefully it might have come up a little bit.
Yeah.
Good evening to all over there, Bill and Ken and whoever else might be over.
Yeah, way up. Yeah, you came way up, real readable now, Ron. Thank you. Made a big difference. I don't know why. Maybe I have some noise here that's creeping in. I don't know what it is. It doesn't exactly sound like noise. It sounds like somebody off frequency cross-mudding me, but I don't think that's the case at the moment, so I don't know what the hell I'm hearing. Anyway, Ken, nice to have you in here. So we missed you night before last on 222. We had kind of a funny night. I started off a little funny. Transmit receive was intermittent, and then I went down in tower and wiggled a coax, and it was okay. The rest of the net, we went down there today with Frank and found it. He said, might be this cable, Mike, and he grabbed it and pulled it apart, so the cable came right out of the end connector. So I must have twisted it just enough to keep it going through the net. But anyway, otherwise we had 20 plus check-ins on 222, Ken, over.
Oh, very good. Yeah, we had company. It was a busy night for me, so I couldn't get out here. So anyway, Ron, you did come up quite a bit too. Whatever you did with your beam, whatever you pointed it at, and you should be about 26 to 30 degrees for us, I think, something like that. But at any rate, you're 10 over 9 now, so so you and Eric are neck and neck there, pretty close to each other there. So anyway, okay, very good. I will be here for a few minutes, and then I'll have to come back after the 10-meter net, Mike. So I'll be leaving in about 4 or 5 minutes. WA60IB.
Yeah, good, no problem. We'll catch you after the net. And thank you, Ron, for checking in. Thank you, Eric. And I guess we don't have Bill in here tonight. You guys could take one last standby for Bill. Sometimes I hear him, sometimes I don't there. KN6EIV with the group K6MYC.
Hey, Mike, would you mind if I turn down my power all the way and see if I can reach you?
You want me to, are you doing your power turn down for a test? Is that it?
Yes, as low as I can go on the power. Can you reach?
You're still Q5, Eric, in Visalia.
Yeah, you're S5 right now, so you went from a 10 over 9 to S5. So, but you're Q5 readable there, Eric.
Yeah, but not readable here, Eric.
4 element Yankees, not even the big one there.
Yeah, the 4 elements is working.
4
Yeah, it's working. I've got some noise in there, as I said. I've got some crunchy noise in there, which is probably keeping me from getting too full or copy. Go ahead, Eric.
Oh, yeah, I turned it up a little bit, and I just said thank you. I appreciate you guys letting me do that.
Righty. One of these days, we hope to hear you on 432, but don't forget about the contest. Maybe by June, middle of June, you can have something going on 432 there, over.
Yeah, well, when is the contest?
I think it's the second weekend in June, June 14 or something like that.
Okay, yeah, I'll probably come up off the hill and I'll have a 440 and a 2-liter.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, 73 is down to you, Ron, for your final, and we'll go up and get Monterey and Santa Cruz. W6QUI, I should say, K6MYC. Good evening.
Okay, very good, Mike. Good luck up north there. And, yep, we'll try to make it. I should be here Sunday and also Tuesday. Try to get more on schedule here every week. 7-3 to everybody, W6QUI.
Yeah, by the way, I heard traces of you yesterday on 1296. Not readable. But when Bill goes toward you, he turns his power down. So you and he are almost identical in signal strength, and I can hear both of you. The conversation just goes on and on and on, which means I'm hearing both sides. But you're both about non-readable. So I can't tell who's talking, but I'm hearing traces of you anyway. I had pretty good conditions last night on 1296. I worked a couple of people that are very difficult to work for me. So we did catch them last night on 1296. So it looks like the summertime conditions are coming back. 7-3 Ron and 7-3 Eric, W6QUI, KN6EIB, K6MYC, clear and going to Monterey.
Yeah, that's interesting on 1200. Okay, you have to try pointing east some night and see if we can. I think we did make contact one time by doing that. Okay, 7-3.
I'll try to do that next week since it looks like we might have a little propagation. I tried it a couple of times, heard nothing. So during the winter months, at least, I kind of gave up on it. But we might have some bounces going on in the summer run. 7-3 for now. K6MYC going north.
7-3.
And going over to 10 meters, K6USY.
W6QUI, AA6S.
Scott, WA6LIE, WA6 London, India Echo, K6MYC. How copy, Scott? I don't know if you can hear it, Aaron, but I got terrible noise in that direction. Mike tried my solar guy over. I think Aaron's over on 10 meters. Everybody's over on 10 here.
Yeah, Mike, I got your noise blinker on, but that noise is terrible. K6USY.
I can hear you talking, but I can't copy. Is that you, Scott? Who was just talking, please? K6MYC. Give me your call a couple of times.
Yeah, Mike, that was me, K6USY.
Okay, boy, I can barely hear you. I hear you now there. You can hear the noise I got coming right from the solar guy. I'm going to have a hard time in the Bay Area, so I'm going to need some help here. I don't hear hear Scott, so let me go up a little bit further and see if I can get Tom. KW6 Sugar, KW6S, K6MYC, Tom.
K6MYC, KW6S. Yeah, I'm here. I didn't hear Scott, but I heard a little something, but I couldn't identify what it was. But I don't think it was Scott. It wasn't down in his direction. But yeah, everything's doing fine here. I hope the noise isn't wiping me out too bad. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, no, you're stronger than the noise, luckily. It's pretty bad, though. I don't know if you're listening to the stream, but you can hear it. It's terrible with the blanker off. I've got the blanker on, and it's still pretty bad on the stream, so I'm sure you can all hear it. Sorry about that, guys. One of these days, we'll have to get over there and visit my neighbor and either burn his house down or fix his solar, one or the other. Anyway, anybody else want to say hello to Tom? Frank, are you copying Tom tonight? No, I don't hear Frank either now. I don't know where Rob is. Rob doesn't seem to be in here this evening. KM6SRR, are you here, Rob? Maybe he's over on 10 meters.
Yeah, I did hear Frank, W6BBS earlier.
I don't know where he is. He went in to get a drink of water, and maybe he forgot to come back out.
Lima Echo Echo.
Who is that?
KB6, Lima Echo Echo.
Oh, good evening, Lee. I forgot about you because of the band. I'm not tuned in my brain here this evening. We look for you on Sunday night. Didn't hear you. KB6 Lima Echo Echo, KB6LEE, and I think it's 10. What the hell is it?
The countdown, Bozo, 10, 9, 8, 1, 0, 9 or 8.
Yeah, I know. Damn it! I just can't seem to get that one attached to your call. Anyway, how are you doing, Lee?
Everything seems to be going here pretty well. Yeah, just a nice calm night, and hoping that I'll be able to get the mast up tomorrow night for a little bit of work on 432.
Well, that'd be good. Frank still does not have the beacon going because he hasn't got the air conditioning unit for the shelter yet. So that's coming one of these days. But right now we're down. Still collecting parts for the other bands. However, we're still looking for 222, and we can put 1296 on, but again, that's a big power hog and a heater. And when we put my 1296 transverter on, we're looking for something lighter and smaller. Mine puts out about 20-30 watts on 1296, but it's up at Frank's place right at the moment. But he's got to also put up a different antenna. I think he's got an antenna for 1296, but we may want to put up something a little bit lower gain and less directional. Anyway, that's the skinny. Good to hear you, Lee, and I'll let you have it and turn it back over to Tom, and then we'll move into the Bay Area, and hopefully the noise won't get too much worse. Over.
Roger, roger. Well, I'm glad that I'm coming in over the noise at this distance with my tiny little station here. It's 50 watts or something like that. So, yeah, good to hear that I'm making the trip, and I'll turn it back to Tom, KW6S from KB6LEE.
Very good, Lee. Yeah, I'm not hearing any noise here at all. I've been listening for Glorioso on any band they appear to be on, and I hear them on FT8. I get a couple of decodes, and that's all I get. So I haven't been able to work them yet. They did announce they were going to be on, or I think it's a one-man show. He did announce that he was on 6 meters today, and as far as I can tell, I didn't see any spotting that anybody worked him. But he is announcing when he's going to go on 6. But my my guess is that's for Europeans and not Californians. K6MYC, KW6F.
He's probably not very experienced on 6. He probably doesn't know how to use the band and when it's going to be open and stuff. So that's unfortunate because he's in a location that you have to be knowledgeable. If Jimmy was there, he would be working people. I can guarantee you, Jimmy has a magic feel for the band, W6JKV. He always knew where to point and when to point at when we were in the Caribbean. But you have to live 6 for many years before you get that feeling. Anyway, I'm hoping to work him someplace. You have him on any band so far?
No, I don't have this The Expedition or any other. Glorioso would be an all-time new one for me.
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe we can get somebody to go back there with some talent. I'm not sure this guy's got his talent. I shouldn't be saying he doesn't have any talent. But to go to a place like that with a one-man show is kind of marginal. That's too many people want it, and he's probably being in 20 different directions. All right, Tom, 7373 is you, Lee, and we'll look for you tomorrow night. Tom, maybe you can help Lee get going on 432 tomorrow night, over.
Yeah, I'm going to be gone most of the day tomorrow up in the mountains working on antennas, but I will be back down, hopefully on the band tomorrow night.
Yeah, no, I understand. I didn't mean help him in the daytime. Help him on the band when you get on. You can tell me when he's transmitting and so on, and maybe tell him when I'm transmitting and see if we can break through. Alrighty, take care. We'll see you. Be safe on the tower tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow night, Tom and Lee. KW6S, KB6 Lima Echo Echo, K6MYC, now going to the Bay Area, Bozo Net, over.
Come up 10.
Okay, we're putting it into the Bay Area, W6PQL, WKB6, WB6JNN. Who else do we have over there? K6MYC. Okay, very bad noise, but I think I heard you, Mike. KB6 Whiskey, Foxtrot Charlie. Make some more noise and repeat your call a couple of times so I can be sure, over. Anybody that time. Go again. Whoever called in, please repeat your call. K6MYC Bozo Net, beaming the Bay Area. Go ahead.
And WA6AXX.
Okay, I got 3 of you there. Okay, we'll get Judy going here. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. KB6 WFC, and that's 775, and that's Mike. And then we got W6 Papa Queen London, W6PQL 1296. And that's Jim, of course. And we've got Ed. They must have let you back in the bedroom, Ed. You've been missing the last couple, but we understand you probably couldn't get in there for any number of reasons. WA6AXX. WA6AXX 773. And that's Ed, of course. Ed, you take it. Maybe you can I'm having trouble with the other guys, so I'll let you be my net control over there for the moment because I've got terrible noise. I don't know if you're listening on the stream, but I've got solar panel noise or solar generator noise tonight, and it's just terrible. WA6AXX, K6MYC.
Very good, Mikey. Yeah, we're back. So they finished painting the upstairs bedroom and den, so we're able to come back here. stayed 2 nights, Monday night, Tuesday night, at the Los Gatos Lodge. It was very, very nice. I mean, the rooms weren't great, but beautiful, beautiful landscape. Right off of Highway 17 in Los Gatos. Anyway, let's see. So I'll turn it over to, how about, let's do KB6WFC, Mike. You want to give it a try? WA6AXX.
Mike's probably not going to hear him with all that noise, but I think his number is 787, if I'm not mistaken. Name is Jimmy, and I know JNN was in sick here, so maybe we'll go to him next. KB6WFC.
Okay.
WB6J, and then Little Baker 6 in Norway, K6NYC, WB6J, and
I hear you, Jim. Also put down, Judy, put down WB6JNN, Jim Eagleson again, at number 285. Okay, Jim, good evening. Hang on a second. I'm not sure I can copy with this terrible noise. I don't know if you're listening to the stream, but it's awful. Let me see if I can. I got Mike a little bit at the end there. Pretty good copy, Mike, just at the end. I moved the antenna way north for you, and it sort of quieted the noise just a little bit. I heard you, but it's not your fault. It's my fault on this end with this terrible solar panel noise or solar generator noise or something. Over to you, Jim, WB6JNN, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, Mike. WB6JNN. Well, not too much to report here. Wednesdays are prepped for garbage day. So I did that this morning and this evening got cans to the front, to the screen and all that kind of stuff. And did some yard work and just lounging around work. WB6JNN.
Okay, got part of that. Sounds like you had a normal day there. Very good. Let's see if Jim PQL is copying me. How about it, Jim? Go ahead. W6PQL, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm hearing you okay, Mike. I know that you've got a lot of noise over there, so I'll keep it short. Just checking in with you. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Now, are you listening to the stream, Jim?
Not while I'm talking, no, but I'll listen to it in a minute.
See what it's even doing to your signal. It's just, it's pretty bad tonight on 2 meters. I thought it was bad on 6, and it was. It was terrible on 6 the other day. But it's gone all the way up now to 2 meters, and it's just ripping and snorting. I'm even hearing the damn thing on 222, but it's not quite as bad on 222, and I can live with it. Anyway, thanks, Jim, for checking in. Any word on Steve, number 52 down there?
No, he wasn't in there on 1296. He was not there. And I know that you've been looking for Russ, but it seems to me I remember Russ being due for an operation here, so he may be recuperating from that. Mike, over.
Yeah, boy, I'm sorry I didn't copy most of that. I got the fact that that Steve was not there, but I didn't get the gist of the rest of it. It's all chopped up with this blanking, and it seems to give you QSB that you wouldn't normally have. And I don't know whether it's the blanking effect and the broadband pulses of the blanking or what it is, but it really makes copy difficult. Anyway, thanks for being there. As always, Jim, I appreciate it. You want to take a standby and see if there's anybody else I'm missing in the Bay Area. W6PQL for a call, K6MYC.
Anybody else in the Bay Area here in Mike? W6PQL here.
November 5, November Papa Delta, Brett Newman, 1129.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll say it again for the buzz. N5 NPD, Brett Newman, 1129.
We got you, Brett. I don't think you can you copy Jim over there in Fremont at all, over?
I heard him very light on there. I'm not pointed his way. I'm pointed your way, but I did hear him come through.
Yeah, well, he won't hear you. He's running 1500, same as I am. Jim's running one of his amplifiers, and I've got one of his amplifiers here. We're both running 1500 watts, so he unfortunately won't hear you, but I'm glad you heard him a little bit enough to get in here at the right time. I'll give Judy your call, N5 November, Newman Police Department. That's what it stands for, now that we know. NPD.
I always put him N5 PPD.
Yeah, she always gets it wrong like I do. And it's 1129.
Got that.
Yeah, Brett, B-R-E-T-T. Good to hear you, Brett, and you're sounding good. Newman, how was it? Did it get to 90 today in Newman?
You know, I didn't check the temperature, but I'd say it was windy here. It's quite windy, so maybe in mid-80s, I would imagine. The wind picked up around 10 a.m., and it was probably blowing 15, 18 miles an hour, and it didn't peel off until about 7 o'clock. So it stayed pretty cool. So, but it's supposed to heat up, and that's probably what happens. This wind's going to come in, and then it's going to die off, and then we're going to get up to 97 for Friday.
Yeah, we were supposed to have 90 today, but I don't think it got there. Got up into the high 80s, but I don't think it made 90. It didn't seem much warmer than the day before, and it was 90 the day before, but today seemed even cooler. Anyway, it's a little off schedule, but we're happy that it didn't go as high as it was expected, too high. 7-3, thank you for checking in as always, Brett, and of course we'll look for you tomorrow night on 432. N5NPD, K6MYC.
K6MYC, N5NPD. Have a great evening. 7-3 to you, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Brett. I appreciate your very consistent check-in. Thank you so much. Okay. Jim, I didn't hear anything other than Brett. Brett's very loud. He's in Newman, just over the hill from you, and he pounds in same heading as I use for you. He's just on the east side of the hill from you. He could tell you were in there, but you wouldn't have heard him. Back to you for a final, Jim. If there was anybody else, I didn't hear what you might have said, because Brett's pretty strong here. W6 Papa Queen London for a final, K6MYC.
Well, you're up now, so you'll probably hear me okay. No, there was no Steve, and I was commenting that probably you were thinking about Russ. The other day you were calling him, and he wasn't there, but I think Russ was scheduled for surgery, wasn't he? So he may be recuperating. Over?
Yeah, he went to Europe for a couple of weeks. And that's why he was missing, and I didn't call him a lot. I think he's back now, but he was scheduled to go in for surgery, and maybe that's all on schedule. So maybe it'll be another 2 weeks before we hear much from Russ there. And Fred said he might check in tonight, KD6SOK. We also should hear Oliver. Oliver was in here last night on 222, KB6BA. But we didn't hear him tonight. And we haven't heard WB6WNI. We haven't heard Gary for a few days here. So there's a few that we would call now regulars that are missing. 7-3, Jim, and we'll come back by the Bay Area one last time when we finish the net here. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow. W6PQL and the group in the Bay Area, K6MYC going to Oakley.
Okay, hang on a second. I think Ed had a comment. Ed, you still there?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention about Russ having surgery. Not sure when it was scheduled, but Russ is having cardiac surgery at some point. And then the other thing, KB6WSC said that there was another station. I'm sorry, I don't remember the call. I think it was like 787, but I could be totally wrong. KB6WSC, are you still there? WA6AXX.
Now that would probably be Jimmy, KF6QCH. So would you give Jimmy a call and see if you can pull him in? That 787 sounds like Jimmy. Kilo Foxtrot 6, Queen Foxtrot Charlie, over.
Yeah, I probably won't hear him, but it was Jimmy. So yes, you can log him as being present this evening per KB6WSC. Okay, K6MYC, WA6AXX.
Okay, we'll get Jimmy logged in here. Okay, it's KB6.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I had it wrong the first time. 787. And that's Jimmy. He's up in San Francisco, has a little apartment in San Francisco in a poor location, obviously. All right, good morning. Good morning. Good evening to everybody. Thank you, Ed, and we'll come back through the Bay Area in about a half hour. A6MYC going to Oakley. This is going to be tough, so I need all ears on hand here for Ken, because he's running the little tiny antenna, little 4-element elk, 4-element elk, and not much power. So let's see if we can hear Ken this evening. N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO, okay, 6MYC in the group listening, over. How about Clear Lake? Anybody up in Clear Lake hearing me? N1PPP or KA6OSX or KC6RCM, K6MYC, calling Clear Lake and listening.
N1PPP, Clear Lake. N1PPP, Clear Lake.
Oh, we got you. Booming signal, too. I'm surprised. Great to hear you. November 1, Papa, 336. 336, and I'm sure you have Kent earlier, right?
Yes, we have Kent, 160 as well.
Okay, thanks very much. Good to hear you, Dave, and we'll look for you, of course. If we miss you between now and then, we'll certainly look for you in the contest coming up in June, over. Very good. You took a big fade, so you're down in the noise. So we typical Clear Lake path there. 73s. Thanks for checking in here. N1PPP, K6MYC, looking for Oakley. N6 Radio Oscar. How about it, Ken? Okay. Is anybody hearing anything from Oakley? We'll check with Oakley a little bit later this evening then. I'm going to Sacramento now. Sacramento, about 2:30, 2:25, 3:25, 3:25 for me.
Bozo 759, KR6MR.
Okay, well, you're booming in, and I'm pointed toward Oakley, for God's sake. What's going on here? Nice to work you last night on 1296, John. It's John, KR6MR, and that's 759. And good to hear you. Hopefully it'll hold up. I'll be coming more your way in a minute if it fades. KR6MR, K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. Yeah, it was really great with that contact last night. It was phenomenal. I'll let you go, and you can work with the other Sacramento stations, and you swing your beam closer to me and or Reading, and I'll get back to you. KR6MR.
Okay, very good. I'm starting to rotate towards Sacramento now. I was at 303. You seem to have a secondary path, so you might keep this one in mind. When I go to Oakley, you might also try to hear me and see if we have a connection at that point. Very good, John. Good to hear you, and it was really a great pleasure to hear you on on 1296 last night. Even Judy heard you, and we both fell off of our chair here. Hi. Okay, let's see. Sacramento, KJ6, KFB perhaps, KO6KD, or anybody else, K6MYC.
And 6RZJ.
Oh, okay. We'll take you, Dan. Booming signal from you also. November 6, Radio Zanzibar, Japan, RZJ. And it's 939, right? 939, right down.
Yeah, hi, Mike. In 6RZJ, had KL6KD on the FM local here, so I got distracted with good evening to you. All is well, continuing through the night. I finally got the 2-meter horizontal beam working again. Got a little water out of the system, and everything seems to be working fine. Over.
Yeah, well, it's working good. You got a booming signal here, and I'm not quite pointed at you. I'm sorry we missed you last night on 1296. We called and called, but for some reason you were not on 1296. I did work the guys in Nevada, though, over.
Oh, that's good. No, I couldn't make it in here last night. No, I'm sorry. I've got a lot of projects going on right now, and we also have a local FM net at our local club here on Tuesday night. So sometimes it runs late, and I don't get in here on time, and I apologize for that. Over.
Yeah, no problem. We know how that works. I was just expecting to hear you, because you'd been in on the other bands that you're not as strong on. So I thought for sure you'd be there on 1296, but I understand about other commitments, as they say. Very good. Good to hear you tonight, Dan. I've not heard K06KD, and I have not heard KJ6KFB, and we might have KE6ILX in here also, and AJ6 Queen Lima, so there's quite a few people that might pop in yet here. And, of course, K6 Whiskey India Sugar could be here. We also could hear KW6T. So a lot of guys on 2 meters when we get everybody in that area. Thank you, Dan. N6RZJ for your final, and then we'll look for the others, K6MYC.
That sounds good. I'm sure Bill will pop up here real soon. Like I said, he was calling me on the local 2-meter rig, so I'm sure he's just standing by. And good evening to Judy. Thanks for helping out. I would really appreciate that. And we'll let you go on with the net. Mike, good to hear you. I'll get in whenever I can. K6MYC and 6RZJ.
Thanks, Dan.
There you go.
Hi, Judy. Good to hear your voice.
Okay. Very good, Dan. Thank you. Now, let's see. KO6KD, are you there?
Yes, I am. I'm late. Thank you, Dan, for reminding me. Yeah, I was over on the Wednesday night local, semi-local West Coast 75-meter net. And I was late. I'm glad you at least told me. And Dan, if you could I catch you back over on Simplex again? I got a couple of, if you've got the time, I got a couple of really big questions I got to ask you about.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be there.
Great. Well, anyway, officially, Kilo Oscar 6 Kilo Delta number 776 checking in, over.
Okay, good. Have you heard Darren tonight?
Yeah, Darren's, I just talked to him moments ago. He's in the, he was just leaving the supermarket. He's on his way home, but he's not going to be able to get back in time to check in. So he called me up and said, hey, can you be my proxy tonight?
Very good. We'll check him in. Put in KJ6 KFB. And that's 756. And that's Darren. Okay, we got him, Bill. Thank you. Sorry we missed you on 40 meters this morning. We'll try to be there tomorrow. We just overslept. We didn't even wake up till almost 20 minutes to 9, over.
Yeah, well, I was there. I was about 10 minutes late. And, Phil and I, we just sit there and listen to each other's radios. we never say anything. And we wait for the... And then we go, oh, yes. So I don't know if Phil was there or not, but I stuck around till a little after 8:30, and then I went over. I was trying to see if I could see these guys, the Glorioso Island guy, and anyway, I just got tied up with some other stuff. So anyway, I figured, well, half hour come and gone. All right, time to move on. And so that was it. It's not a big deal. It's not like we're getting paid to be there, so it's not a big deal. You show up, you do, it's great. We say hi, goodbye, whatever. Because by 8:30, everybody's on their way anyway. So, band is in great condition tonight. You sound great, very stable, good, solid 5x9 plus. It's good signal tonight. I hope you're hearing me all right.
Yeah, we were hearing you just fine, Bill. Sounds good. Very steady, too. Very minimal fading, which is good. I think we're getting back into the more stable summertime conditions here. Well, good luck on Gloriosa. Most of the guys I talk to are not having any luck there, much less on 6. No luck at all on 6 out here on the West Coast, to my knowledge, but I don't think the guy knows when to get on. He should be on here probably somewhere around 4 or 5 or 6, 7 in the morning our time. That's a problem. It's an awkward time for him over there. Anyway, that's when we used to work him in the Caribbean. Not him, but a guy on Diego Garcia, which was on the other side of the Madagascar also. Jimmy and I worked this guy Saturday and Sunday morning at 8 o'clock, like clockwork, on 2 weekends in a row when we were down in the Caribbean. So that was on 6, of course. But that was 8 o'clock in the Caribbean time, which would be 5 o'clock in the morning. So may not be any propagation to the West Coast. Over.
Oh, my goodness. Really? Diego Garcia? Victor Quebec 9 or whatever that is? On 6 meters? My gosh. I feel good just getting them on 20 and 15 and, just the upper bands, but or lower bands, I guess. But, my gosh, that's truly amazing to work them on 6. Well, I just don't think there's anybody out there with ham radio. That whole base has really changed its complexion, and there's a lot of weird stuff going on over there now because of the stuff going on in the world. So anyway, very, very good. That's a good one. If you got the card, that'd be a prized possession. So okay, well anyway, I'll get out of the way. Paul had to. I talked to him last night. He had the commute in. He was riding the motorcycle in today, and he was hoping to be back in time for net. So there's a chance he may be walking through the door right about now. So you might give him another shot here when you get back from Nevada. But outside of that, I have nobody else for you on this end. So I'll say 7-3 for now. Wish you guys a good evening, and we'll look for you in the morning. K6MYC and the Bozos from KO6 Kitty.
Roger, Bill. No problem. I'm going to go to Redding right now. I'm going to go Redding. Charlie, November 80. Charlie, November 80. We're reaching way up to the northern end of the state here. Redding. KD6 Sugar Whiskey. KD6 Scotch Whiskey. KD6 Sopping Wet. You wonder if you're in there tonight, Rich. KD6 Sugar Whiskey. K6MYC, over. Roger, Larry, we hear you. We've got you signed in. We'll be up your way in a couple of minutes. Roger, Larry, N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC. Roger. Okay. Try again, Rich. You were very light. I thought I heard you, but I'm not sure. So try it again, Rich. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC, calling and listening. Over. Nothing heard. Let's try you, Jerry. KO6HS, Kilo Oscar 6 Hotel Sierra, Redding. KO6HS, K6MYC, calling and listening. Over, Jerry.
Yeah, they're in there, Mike.
did you say was in there?
Yeah, they're reading, both reading, they're in there, they're very light. I'm hearing off the back. 86ILX in the mobile.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you, Jeff, and we'll get you logged in, but just a minute. Let me get, I thought I heard them, but boy, I got power line noise and stuff here tonight. Stand by a second, Jeff. Okay, let's write in KD6, Sugar Whiskey, KD6SW, 145, Rich, and then we'll write in Jerry, KO6, KO6HS, 230. That's Jerry. And then the last one would be Jeff, KE6, ILX. 96. Jeff. Good evening, Jeff. And we'll take another standby for the Reading boys, but go ahead and make a transmission. Good to hear you. And you might give me a rough idea if you have any plans for getting up on the other bands. KE6ILX, and of course, we'd hope to hear you on some other bands on the June contest in a couple of weeks. KE6ILX, K6MYC.
Yeah, the guys in Reading, I could hear them off the back. They could hear you, so you might just give them a long call. It'll go up and down. But yeah, well, I just have to. My schedule is day to day, but I may, like I'm doing right now, throw the Yagi up in the ladder rack and set my setup up with the 3 beams, 1296, 432. And 2 with the loop on 6 and go run around. I may do that, so that's possible. But I would give the Reading guys a long call. They were hearing you.
Yeah, I would hear them too. I thought I heard them in there, but I've got some power line noise here. You can tell them off the back of the beam. I hear them, and I got them checked in. So they're checked in, but if the conditions are still poor, we're not going to do very good. Let me try one more time. KD6SW, Rich, are you there? K6MYC, over.
Oh, yeah, you're up on a big swing right about now. KD6SW, KD6, so what? Ready, number 145. Good evening.
Yeah, a little fluttery, but we got you a pretty good signal. And that's KD6SW. You already have him logged in. He's already logged in. We got him already, because I heard him earlier, but I just wanted to make contact with him. Let's see if we can hear Jerry. Jerry, it should be a little better now. Let's try for you. I thought I heard you last time as well. KO6HS, K6MYC. Go ahead, Jerry.
WB6JNP. Jerry is on vacation. Jerry on vacation right now. Over.
Say it again about Jerry. Over.
Yeah, he's out on vacation right now.
Jeff, what did he say?
Yeah, you said he was not in a station at the moment. He wasn't in a station.
Okay, but he was there earlier, Jeff?
Yeah, it was fluttery off the back, so I didn't hear him.
You did not hear him for sure?
Yeah, I did not hear Jerry, but I heard the first station.
Okay, no worries. We'll try for Jerry in a minute. Let's see, who was the other one that just popped in? Who was that?
WB6JNP.
Yeah, Roger. Sorry, Dane. Out of context here. WB6 Japan November Papa. WB6JNP 107. And Dane in Course Gold. Good evening, Dane. How are you doing? Was it warm up there?
Yeah, it was a little warm today, but, we survived. I just pulled in from Oakhurst, so I just walked in the door, and there you were.
That's the way it's supposed to be. No wasted time, huh?
Yeah, super efficient. Anyway, we'll let you get on with the net. K6MYC. WB6JNP 107 TMO7.
Yeah, thank you, Dane. And maybe one of these days we'll hear Dane in here again. Dan, Dan. Dan comes and goes. He's always strong when he's in. He just has so many other things going. All right, thank you, WB6JNP. Now back up to Redding, and we'll try one more time for Jerry, and then we'll give it away for the evening. I may try once again when I come back from Nevada. K06HS, K06 Hotel Sugar, K6MYC. Over, Jerry. No, I don't hear Jerry right now, so we'll try again a little later. Fine on your plans for the contest, Jeff. Hopefully you can make that happen. Don't put yourself under any pressure. We'd love to hear your grid square from up there. You're Charlie November, what is it, Charlie November 90?
Charlie Mike 96.
Yeah, Charlie Mike 96.
Boy, wow, I'm really out of it. Charlie Mike 99. But if I do the rover bit, I'll start out in Delta November 00 out in Nevada. There's a hilltop I know of. And then I'll just work my way back and finish up here on the property.
Okay, well, here, let me give you a clue on what we do. Did you need something from me, Judy? Hang on a second. Let me give you a heads up on what I do, and you were out of the loop when we started this. On Saturday night, on the contest night, starting at 7:30, I get on 222 for about a half an hour, and I work everybody north and anybody that I can hear for about a half an hour. But that gets everybody on 222 at the same time, so it's a good place to coagulate and coordinate. After about a half an hour, we run out of people, and we go over to 432 100. We do the same thing on 432. There's usually more people and more activity, so I find myself usually on 432 for about an hour. So from 8 o'clock to almost 9, we're on 432 at Saturday night, and then we go over to 1296 at 9 o'clock or a quarter to 9, whenever we get done with 432. We haven't done it yet, but we could stream, I think. I'm trying to think. 432, 2 meters, 222. Well, it's difficult for Aaron to stream that. I got 2 of those bands are in the house, and one's out here, so it may be difficult to stream. But we might stream 2. And we'll go that way, and then that way people would know at least what's going on and when we're going to go to 1296 and so on. Anyway, that's the plan, and so if you can keep Saturday evening open from 7:30 to 9, that might be helpful. Over.
We can do it. K6US Flight.
Yeah, okay, very good, Aaron. Thank you. You get that, Jeff?
Yeah, I'll just have to, I usually go out there, spend the night in the truck out in Nevada, and then roll my way back back to Grass Valley. So if I do the rover bit, that's probably what I'll do. So anyway, I'll say 7-3, and we'll say clear for now, and I got to go park the truck here. KE6ILX.
Yeah, well, no sweat. I mean, we can work you in Nevada, so we don't care where you are. Just if you can get on at that time. So if you're in the truck at night, 7:30, it's just getting dark over there. And try. Well, you don't have 222, but then you could go to 432 and listen. But you'll have a lot of people that will be looking for you. What grid do you think, Delta November 00?
Yeah, if I do the rover thing out there, that's where I'll start, and then work my way just like 3 or 4 grids back. I won't do the giant effort, but at least that if I do it. So just have to see what my schedule bears.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm sure I'll hear you in some of those places, but at least you know when I'm going to be on. I'm intermittent on the weekend. I'm not a heavy contester, but I do make an effort to make a lot of noise on Saturday night. I usually get on for the first hour of the contest when I can, and then intermittently through the day, a little 6, a little of the other stuff, whatever I hear, and then 7:30 on Saturday nights when I really get active. So there you go. Sunday about the same, and then toward the end of the contest, we do not have a net. We do not hold a 2-meter net on Sunday night because its net starts at 7:30 and the contest is not over until 8. So there's no 2-meter net on contest evenings during the contest. Over.
Okay, yeah, I'm familiar. So, yeah, I should have 500 mobile on 2 meters, 450 on 6, at least 200 on 432, and 80 on 1296. So, and Yaggy's on all bands. I may even do some EME stuff, not sure. So, anyway, 7-3.
Okay, 7-3, Jeff. Thanks much. And you know what the plan is anyway. And if it fits, it fits. If it doesn't, don't sweat it. Thank you. KE6ILX, K6MYC, still beaming the Sacramento area. Anybody else before we go to Nevada? Over.
Yeah. Kilo 6, Victor Delta Uniform, K6 Video in Sacramento.
Roger, K6 Victor Delta Uniform in Sacramento. Let's see, that's Nelson, if I remember right. Nelson. And I don't remember your Bozo number, Nelson. Can you remember it?
Sure, it's 1081, 1081.
Wonderful. We got it all okay. Judy copied you just fine. You got a nice signal down here. Your cubicle quad, your homebrew quad's working good. Nelson, over.
Well, you're also booming in here, Mike. Almost 10 over S9 here. And so, yeah, loud and clear. And, yeah, just good evening to everyone. And, yeah, back to you, Mike. K6MYC, K6PDU.
Well, thank you so much for being regular here. Gosh, we'll be hoping to hear you more and more regular now that you're going good there and you got the antenna up. Sounds good, Nelson. Great to hear you. Booming signal. It's nice to hear a nice consistent signal out of that area that doesn't have fading and multipath and stuff on it. I don't know why you're clear, but you are. Anyway, good enough. Thanks again. There was somebody else that checked in with you, so let me get that call also. Who was the other one? K6MYC.
Yeah, that was just me, Mike. K6USY.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, I was just saying we've done the Saturday thing before, and it actually worked out pretty good. Yeah, if you start on 220 and then 432 in the house, and then if you got the rig in the barn already ready to go, the time it takes you to walk between the house and the barn is more than enough time for me to switch over on the stream, and then we just keep on going. So yeah, we'll just keep doing that because it definitely helps let everybody know where you are and what band we're on at the time.
Yeah, and I screwed up in my head a little bit, so we'll get it sorted out. So both 222 and 432 are done from the house with high power. So that makes it easy for you, and you can stream there. And then when I'm done with that, we just start streaming from the barn here. And of course, I'll have everything turned on. So it'll just be a matter of a switch over on your side from one radio to the other. Over.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, it's not too bad, and it helps everybody out. So we'll work on getting that scheduled. But alrighty, off to Nevada for you. K6USY, and while I'm here, get Bozo 1100 down. I don't know if we've gotten her in there yet. K6USY.
Okay, Judy's got her now. K6ZKA. It's 1100, Brittany. Okay, I'm going to Nevada if I hear nobody else here in the Sacramento area. I'm AJ6 Queen Lima. Are you here, George? No, George. KW6T? Okay. Anybody else in Sacramento area before we go to Nevada? Nothing heard. Here we go. Okay, I heard your CW earlier, Larry. I hope you heard my response. I do have you checked in, but we'll stand by for you. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, K6MYC. Larry? Boy, you're very weak and broken up. I think you're not. You got a broken connection there in the mic or something, because I only got a couple of words. Richard, let me catch you in here if you're here. KD6BQ. KD6BQ, K6MYC. Richard?
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC in the net, KD6BQ, number 249. Larry's in there. I don't know what's happening. He was pretty weak to me, too. Over.
Yeah, I heard him start. I got a couple of words, and it sounded like half the words were broken. So he must have an intermittent connection or something there. CW was fine. I heard him earlier, and the CW was Q5, not strong, but I was pointed towards Sacramento. But we've got you, of course, logged in here. I heard your CW early in the evening. Over.
Yeah, Mike, Larry says his amp was working on CW, but for some reason it's not working on sideband, so maybe a keying problem or something. Over.
Yeah, well, we've had that condition before where he's all chopped up in the summertime, and maybe that's what I'm seeing here. Anyway, let me just see if we can get Daniel in here. I think they're all checked. Both these guys are checked in. Let me see if Daniel's in there. KE7UQL, how about it, Daniel? K6MYC, over.
Yes, here we are, 272, KE7UQL.
Just like you were in the shack with us, KE7UQL, 272. And booming signal. My goodness, you're loud. Over.
Oh, Roger. Just about like 1296 last night. Over.
Yeah, well, I heard you. It wasn't bodacious, but was everything back to normal, or were you running lower power?
Just 7 feet above the dirt. Over.
Well, that might have been the difference. Yeah, you weren't your normal signal. But I did get you. We did get you logged in, and we got Larry as well, right at that normal hour of 8:10 or so, 8:10 in the evening. That's when the peak was. Good to work you there. And we also worked a couple other difficult stations on 1296. So overall, 1296 conditions were good, Daniel. But you're booming in here, and Larry's in the tank. So we got you all logged in. I'm going to take a standby and see if Dale might be in here tonight, and maybe also Stan, K7SUN. So hang in there a second. K7SUN, how about it, Stan, K6MYC?
Well, good evening, Mike. Very good.
Who is it? Yeah, I hear you now, Larry. I do copy you now. Let me get back over your way here. I went too far to the east, to the west. N7WT, go ahead. K6MYC.
Okay, I'm here. Anyway, I didn't know what was going on here. I finally got it going here a little bit. Just wanted to let you know in reference to 1296 last night. I have not heard you in well over a month on 1296 other than on streaming. I only can work on streaming. For some reason I can't hear you, but I certainly looks like I'm making sure on streaming. I'm running 35 watts on the basically out of that little amplifier, N7WT.
And you said you were not hearing me?
Negative. Yeah, I haven't heard you in over a month. You're for some reason you're just not making it. No matter how much power you run, I can't hear you anymore. I don't know. I've lost the path.
Yeah, well, you must have a receive issue. I'm running 600 here, so I've got 10, 12 dB on you anyway. Hang on a second. Let me answer a question. Judy has something. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
There too. Stan's in there, Mike.
Oh, Stan's in there. Well, get you in a second, Stan. Stand by. I thought I heard you in there, but it was all broken up at the moment. Just stand by, Stan. You can put down K7SUN, Sun. Okay, we'll get Stan in a second here. But anyway, Larry, I suspect you've got a blown front end there or something. So I don't know if you're using a preamp on that band, but you might just bypass the preamp temporarily and see if you can hear me then. Over.
Yeah, that might be my problem. I've got a preamp on there, but it's not working. got to take the preamp out of the line and maybe I can start hearing you again. And 7WC.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's what the problem is. If you can't switch it off, my preamp is switchable, so I can turn it on and off, and I can tell right away if I've got a preamp problem. But yeah, you might want to take it out of the line. I think you could hear me fine without it. Because I heard you nicely. You weren't very strong for very long, but it was certainly easy contact. So there you go, and it was good to hear you for a change. You and Daniel both.
Okay, anyway, you're 5 and 9 right now. Really good, but sure, the QSP is very rapid. You go from 5 and 9 and into the noise, over.
Yeah, I hear you over the place. All right, let me go get Stan and say hello to him, but thanks very much. I did have you logged in from earlier. I did hear your CW easily when you called in when I was towards Sacramento, Larry, over.
Roger, yeah, I didn't hear your return, but Richard heard you on the streaming, and let me know that you got through. I just, when you came back, the band was down. I didn't hear your response, but Richard said he heard you on the streaming, confirmed me on my CW, so that's why I hung around, over.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I had a little trouble with my CW here lately, and I haven't tried it since it's been fixed. But it's not easy for me quickly to go back and forth from phone to CW, so usually I count on somebody hearing me confirm that I've got you on phone there. Hi. All right, let me see, Stan. I wonder how you're doing there. Let me get the antenna over your way a little bit more. That should be a little better for you, Stan. K7SUN in Fallon, Nevada, K6MYC.
Well, hopefully you can copy me now. You were a good solid 5'9", but you dropped down to about a S2, Mike. But copy you just fine. Hopefully you're copying me okay. So, Bozo number 442, Mike. How copy, over?
Yeah, we got you all okay, Stan. Got you. You're in lots of flutter. It's all chopped up audio and lots of quick flutter, but we're copying 100%. You got good audio there. And it might have been that I was turned off of you. I moved the antenna 7 or 8 degrees more in your direction when I called you there. So that might have been why I was down just a bit. I could probably go even a little further. Maybe you're further east than I thought you were. Hi. Anyway, great to hear you. And I hope we can count on you. You might put it on your calendar. Middle of June, the June VHF contest. We'd sure love to hear you from DMO9 in the contest, the June contest, 2 Saturdays, I think, from the coming Saturday. It's the second weekend in June, I think, Stan. So if you can be on with your bands, that would be great. K7SUN, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike. Well, I am planning on it, and you built up back up there to a good solid S9, so the band is coming back up here. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm there for the contest, Mike. So 73, I'll let you finish picking up the other people. K7SUN clear.
Okay, very good, Stan. Great to hear you on booming signal at the end there, and all cleared up, no flutter. It's a really good signal. 7-3, my friend, and I'm glad about your plans for the contest. We hope to work you there. We'll have more information on the contest every weekend here, or every time we get on 2 meters, we'll try to give you more information about our plans. I always get on Saturday night, Saturday night from 7:30 to 9 o'clock. We're on 222, 432, and 1296. Maybe we can work you on 432 starting about 8 o'clock, 7:30, about 8 o'clock on 432. 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock on 432 on Saturday night of the contest weekend. Stan, over.
Roger, Mike. I'll definitely be there.
Roger. Good enough. See you later. And it also brings out other people, and we will have the stream so you can keep track of my activity. If you look up on the stream, check the stream to know where I'm pointed and who I'm working. You know about the stream, right?
I haven't tried it yet, Mike, but I do know about it, over.
Yeah, it's easy to get. If you go to the Bozo website, bozonets.com, and then click on live streaming or something, it's down after the preamble. And that'll take you to a YouTube page with a clown, and then you click one more time and you're listening to the live stream. Over.
Roger, I'm going to go find it right now and put it in my bookmarks. So I will go find it, Mike. I'll let you finish your net there, K7SUN, and you're up to 20 over that transmission, K7SUN.
Yeah, okay. Well, the stream should be up for at least another 15 minutes before we close down here, so you have a few minutes to catch it. It's on every night. The same way, but we're on different bands, but the stream functions the same way every night that we have nets. Over.
Roger, roger.
Alrighty. You also have not only the audio stream, but you also see my radio, and you can look at your own signal strength and see your audio and stuff. Over.
All right, Mike, I'll get it looked up here.
Alrighty. 3 Stan, thanks much. Anybody else? How about you, Dale? Are you in here? KJ6IX? Okay, nothing from Dale. I'll say 73s to you guys and see both of you or all of you on 432 tomorrow night, hopefully. KE7UQL for a final K6MYC.
Roger, roger. We'll look for you on 432 tomorrow. 87 UQL 73.
73, Daniel. Over to you, Larry. Like Larry's gone. Over to you, Richard. Did. I'm going to go back to Sacramento just for a second and see if we can check the Redding station, and if he isn't there, then we'll go back to the Bay Area for late checks and missed. We're missing Rob tonight. I think maybe Rob's maybe he told me he was going to do something tonight. I don't remember. Maybe he's on the 10-meter net. It's not too bad. I'm going back toward Redding here for just a second. Okay, Redding. KO6HS, K6MYC. Jerry, I wonder if you're in there now. KO6HS or KD6SW, K6MYC. Over. Is that you, Reg? Pretty quick, I hear you, but did you say he's still not there? Is that it? Okay, well, I hear you. So I guess Jerry didn't make it tonight. Thank you, and we'll look for you tomorrow night, maybe on 432. We'll look for you on 432, probably around 8 o'clock, right around 8 o'clock, I'm guessing, something like that. Something like 8 o'clock, Rich, on 432. Whenever I get toward Sacramento, you're in that same path. 7373. KD6 Sugar Whiskey 145, K6MYC. We already have him. Okay, I'm going to the Bay Area briefly for late checks and missed. Oh, we're going to get N6RO if we can find him. Okay, calling N6 Radio Oscar. N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC. Are you there tonight, Ken? KM6RO. Try it now. I got the blinker on. Go ahead. Is anybody hearing N6 radio, Oscar?
K6MYC, WB69. I don't hear anybody, but you're coming in nice and loud.
Oh, good evening, Gary. WB6 WNI, isn't it? Is that it, Gary? WNI?
Oh, that's correct, 1090. We had a very late dinner, but I want to tell you, Mike, I heard you continuously from the Bay Area on to Nevada and back, so you have an amazing signal.
Yeah, okay. Let me get Judy and get the right call for you. WB6 WNI. And I always forget your number. I get you and 6 other of the 1090s and 1009, 009s and mixed up. What's the number?
No problem. It's 1090.
1090. Okay. Yeah, this is Gary in Campbell, aren't you? Are you in Campbell?
Well, you can say San Jose, Campbell. I'm in San Jose, and about a mile away, Mike is in Campbell.
Yeah, QSL. Okay. Campbell, San Jose. It's all the same. It all runs together, doesn't it?
Yes, actually, when I walk the dog, we can have 1 foot in Campbell and 1 foot in San Jose.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Good to hear you. I'm glad I came back to the Bay Area for late checks and missed there. Glad to hear you. I won't keep it. We're getting tired, and we're running down with the energy tank here. So we're let you go, but we'll see you maybe tomorrow night on 432. If not, why, we'll see you Sunday night. WB6 WNI, and whenever you run into the mysterious Mike there, QFO, tell him hi.
Pointing the antenna tomorrow, so we'll see how it goes. I may not be able to talk to you, but I'm going to try to, receive you and get the antenna pointed correctly, and then we can go for it next week.
Yeah, we'll probably hear you better on that band. You're loud here, but I've got noise in your direction. I will not have significant noise on 432. This is solar generator, solar energy noise, and I get it when I point right toward the Bay Area, and it's pretty serious tonight. 7-3, Gary, good evening, and we'll see you tomorrow night, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Hi. WB6 WNI, San Jose Campbell, K6MYC. Anybody else in the Bay Area before we go, QRT?
So apparently Rob is here, but he's got radio problems and might not be able to transmit at the moment.
Who did you say had radio problems?
Rob, KM6SRR.
Okay, radio problems. Now we darn. What's Rob's problem tonight? Rob, you're talking about Rob, KM6SRR?
Yeah, Roger. Yeah. I don't know what problem he's having, but apparently he can hear, but he can't transmit.
Okay, well, we'll log him in. Looks like he's sitting there trying to get on.
Well, he just needs to, finally get around to getting everything rebuilt and get that 9700 into the primary spot.
Okay, I had the audio turned down, Aaron. I'm sorry I missed that. Say again, you're very loud now.
Oh, no worries. Yep, I was hearing the noise come down. I just, hold on, let me turn off your noise blinker here. There we go. But, yeah, he just needs to get his shack redone and get that 9700 on all 3 bands.
Oh, cool. Okay. Now, that's overdue on that one, but that's okay. He could only get through. That's a major project for him, so I understand why he's cranked down. Let me make sure Judy's got that straight. That's Rob, KM6SRR 432. We do want to check him in.
KM6SR, can you hear me now?
Well, yes, by golly, there he is in real life. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, in the dark I was pushing the button here, and I guess I pushed the satellite button, because when I was transmitting, it didn't break the 2-meter net I'm listening to, but I saw the power meter under satellite, so I had to figure it out. Over.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you'll get those buttons sorted out before too long there. Good evening, and we've been missing you on the net here, but I understand you're making serious headway there.
No, I've been listening since the beginning. I was the one that told you that Ron, the 109 was on there that you overlooked. Over.
I logged you in at the time. It was a lot of other logins. Well, look who's here. Abby's here. Hello, Abby. We'll feed you in just a second. My stray cat's here. Just came in and yapped at me. Listen, I'm turned toward Porterville, so I'm calling Eddie. If you can swing the beam there, Rob, you might turn. Otherwise, I'll give Eddie a call. KE6BK. KE6BK. Eddie, if you're there, come on in. K6MYC. Oh, we're a little late, but not too bad. A little after 9 here. KE6BK, K6MYC. Anybody else before we close the net? K6MYC, 2-meter Bozo Net.
Did you hear Eddie? I didn't hear him. KE6BK, Eddie.
No, I don't hear Eddie. I would certainly have heard something.
Roger.
Okay. We did pretty good. How many did we get, Judy? 40?
We didn't break the record.
No, we didn't break the record. We got 38 and 39 counting me, or do you have me in there?
I don't have you in there.
Okay, Mike. K6MYC 47. Hey, okay. So we had 39. Not a bad night, though.
Mike, I got a real quick question before you head out, if you got time.
Yeah, I think I heard you ask me to say that you had a question earlier. Go ahead.
Yeah, K6MYC, WA6LOL. So, Rob in Hawaii, NH6V, you know Rob. Anyway, we're trying to get his antennas working. He's got 413s like I'm using right now. But he can't talk to anybody. He said, you got a problem there. Something's wrong with those. He just discovered he did a pattern check, and he's got a big notch right in the middle and 2 big side lobes off the side. I can't see how he could have 2 of the coaxes like 90 degrees longer than the others. What would be the most likely cause of that?
I can tell you exactly.
And some sort of a power divider.
Yeah, I can tell you exactly. If it's an azimuth pattern thing where he's running azimuth from right to left, there's some food out here, right here, Judy. Judy, the food's right here. See it in the can? You may not be able to get the lid off, right on your left arm. Okay, we're trying to feed the cat. He's bugging us here. I hope you can get the lid off. I can open it if you can't. Okay, yeah, he's got the right hand. If it's a big notch in the middle in the azimuth pattern, that means the right hand bay is 180 degrees out of phase from the other side. So all he has to do is to invert the feed line somehow, or invert the feed points so they're turned over. Put the feed points, put the dipole mounting it upside down. That swaps at 180 degrees typically, and put the right side element to the left, and so on, and that'll put it back in phase, and then he's off and running. Over.
But I mean, if he's got 4 antennas in an H pattern, and he's got equal length coaxes going to each one through some sort of a power divider. See, he doesn't just have like one of those 1-inch square aluminum power dividers. He's got something else. Anyway, I don't see how he could do it unless he had 2 coaxes that were like a quarter wave longer than the others.
You're not listening, Dave. He's got two of the antennas upside down from the other two. That's all. He's got to turn two antennas on one side upside down.
Okay, upside down. That's what's happened. So he's got, okay, I get it. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, okay. It's a mechanical thing. It doesn't do with phasing lines. He's probably done everything perfectly, but you still have to mount the antennas correctly. Over.
Yeah, there you go. So he's got all of those balance, like two of the bottom ones pointing up, the top one's pointed down, or something like that. All right.
No, whatever he's got on the left side, he's got to match it on the right side. However it's configured on the right side, it should be the same as the left side. Wherever the balance are, and whenever is it the gamma match on yours?
Let me see. No, it's a T match.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just got to be careful with that. The T match, the balun, I think it's a half wavelength coaxial balun, and the balun after the half wave, it's tied in parallel with the main feed point of each antenna, and then it goes 180 degrees over to the other side. And however that's configured, it's got to be the same on all four antennas. Over.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, thank you, Mike. Yeah, that makes sense. He's just got his two of those things upside down somewhere. So it's going to be nice, yeah, because we've been sitting here trying to work with a big notch in the middle. So we're going to work at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I got my alarm set, but he's going to go off to one of his side lobes and try and work me that way, because he won't be able to get. He's got the antennas remoted in from the other side of the island, so he can't get to them before a couple of days. Thank you, Mike. K6MYC, WA6LOL.
Yeah, Roger. Well, it won't be that far down. You should make it easily. He'll only be 3 or 4 dB down. Should be 3 dB down exactly, working one of those side lobes. So shouldn't be a big deal if he points the side lobe right. Over.
Yeah. So, well, he can either work me on the left side or the right, so that's twice as good.
Yeah, better to leave it all hooked up and not change anything. Well, you can't change it because you said he's on the other side of the island with it. So the best thing to do is just rotate it. I would say 30 degrees off center, and then look for a peak on you.
Is that most likely it'll be, where would that side lobe be, 30 degrees out, you think?
I'm guessing off the top of my head, it's 25, 30 degrees off axis, either side of center, yeah.
That's with 4 antennas, that it would be 30 degrees off the side.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, I'll tell him to try 30, because at 4 in the morning, he's not going to be thinking very straight, so we've got to have a hard number.
Well, tell him 30 degrees and then peak on you. He should be able to see you on the screen easily. Over.
Yeah, it's going to be nice because, it's been crazy. And I told him, I said, those antennas are not working. They are not working, trust me. We should be able to be talking. And so this is great. He did a pattern test, and he goes, guess what I found out? So, yeah, this is going to be good.
Yeah, it's very simple, but it's one of the most common mistakes people make. They do mirror image, and you can't do that. All righty, let me get out of here. Judy's trying to feed a cat, and we're trying to get out of here. So I think you're covered for tonight, Dave. 73's all. And I'll listen for just a moment before we walk out the door. K6MYC closing the 2-meter Bozo Net.
Thank you, Mike. WA6LOL QRT.
73.
Hey, Mike, got a question. KM6SR.
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I wasn't able to hear Dave when you talked to him over in Clear Lake. Did he have Kent in there? Over.
Did he have Kent in there? Kent, K-E-N-T, KA6OSX160. Yes, he was in.
Okay, I'll add that to my list. Thank you. I come up with 39 like you guys.
Okay, looks good.
N6RO.
Oh, there he is. You must have put something on it I can hear you with. N6 Radio Oscar. We're going to add it. That'll be an even 40, Ken. Thank you for number 40. N6RO 835 K6MYC.
K6MYC and 6RO. 4 a.m. so late. I just got the rotator a few minutes ago, and I had to finish my fancy fish dinner. Not much to report. Warm day here, 87. And the only thing I accomplished today was finding out that I can't get fiber internet from AT&T. Population density in the rural areas does not make enough profit, so I'll have to stay with my microwave internet. Anyway, we'll try to be heard tomorrow night with the little antenna and the little radio on 432 and 6RO.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking tonight you were going to be weak. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, booming signal. And thanks for making it. We did go by you twice and call you, but I knew you might have had a late night there. All right, Ken, thanks much. Sounding good. Very nice, clean audio tonight. The best I've heard you in a long time. Over.
Yeah, good. Well, the 9700 has good audio. I didn't do a thing to it. It took the default. And let's see, I tried to hear you on the... before I got the big antenna, I tried to hear you on the little elk, but it was so marginal I didn't even try. But we're forced to use it tomorrow night. Anyway, see you later.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll have more ears on here tomorrow night also. I think maybe Ken will be in here with ears. And Frank has pretty good ears toward you on 432 as well, so we'll see. Alrighty, take care. Thanks again, Ken. N6 Radio Oscar, number 40 tonight. K6MYC. Bye-bye.
Glad to make your number good.
Good night, Rob.
Good night, Mike. K6MYC, KM6SR 73. And good night, Judy.
Good night.
Okay, we're done, guys. Pulling the switch. K6MYC heading in.
Alrighty. Good night, everybody. K6USY DMO6.
Yeah, thanks, Rob. Good night to you.
That was Aaron. Good night, Aaron. K6USY, KM.